everyone, Christina Rizakos here from profitabledaycare.com. I am a daycare business mentor and strategist, and today we are talking about difficult employees and how to deal with them in the best way possible, the most professional way possible. So if you are a new business owner and you are in the process of growing your business and hiring staff to work for you in your business, you are most probably going to be faced with this issue. It's something that most of us face. It's not necessarily something that you're doing wrong or that you're attracting the wrong type of people, but it's something that I think once you get good at, it comes really, really naturally to you and it doesn't really stress you out as much as it would at the beginning. So how to deal with difficult daycare staff, daycare teachers. Number one thing that I always tell everyone is you need to have a hiring process before you hire someone, right? So let's say you just started a brand new daycare center and you're looking for 10 teachers to join you. You need to have something in place before you hire anyone. So you need to be very clear on a few things. Your vision, your educational program, the vibe of your business, what you want people to say about it, the interview process, what are you going to ask, what kind of educator are you looking for, and then obviously, are you going to have like a 3-month trial if you find someone that you really connect with, and what happens after? Well, let's say you like them, and even if you don't, right? So you need to have some kind of a process in place before all the hiring process takes place. For a free PDF booklet that I created all about hiring the best staff possible, especially when you're a new daycare business owner, go to my website. I will post the link below. It's www.profitabledaycare.com, and you just click on resources, and then you'll see I have a really cool PDF that you can actually download and fill out, and it will guide you. So with that being said, let's say you've done all your hiring process and this person is working for you for a few months, and you start noticing that they're showing up to work late, maybe they're not as patient with the kids, maybe something's not really meshing with the other staff, and you're kind of getting like a weird vibe from them. What do you do? What do you do when you've warned them, or you've given them, let's say, a written warning, and you've told them, hey, you need to show up, for your shift 5 minutes earlier, or you need to respect our policies, and they're not doing so. It's very uncomfortable, especially if it's the first time you're faced with this. It's only natural and it's only normal, right? So these are my tips to help you, when you're dealing with someone difficult in your environment. Number one, you would need to have in place some kind of an educator's policy booklet. And this booklet basically covers everything and anything that has to do with their role and what's expected of them. So you need to be very, very clear about everything. And this booklet usually gets updated every single year. And every time you update, you give your staff a copy of the updated version. And why I do this is because people need to know what's expected of them, right? So when they are hired and they know they're, let's say, taking over the toddler group, they know that they have to change diapers, they know that they have to plan, weekly activities, they know exactly what to expect when they walk into the daycare's doors, right? It's not a surprise, they know exactly what's expected of them. So when that's set, and they've taken your policy booklet, they've read it over, they've signed it, and they're good to go, and then you start noticing things that are not being respected, it's much easier to approach that person and tell them about what's not working and really discuss exactly what's going on. So what I would do, what I suggest anyone does after you have your policy set and you see someone's not really respecting what they have to be doing, is I would call them in the office and I would talk with them to see what's going on. Maybe something's happening at home, maybe something's not working anymore at the daycare, maybe something's happening to them, like on a personal level, and they haven't shared about it, right? So all those things affect us, and especially if you're working with kids. I say this to people all the time, that you cannot show up to work to take over a group when you are upset, when you're having a bad day. You can't come into work with your problems because you're dealing with kids. So it's not like you're stacking groceries or you're doing something else. You're working with kids, and kids can feel your stress. They can feel that you're upset. So your problems must stay at the door, always. And this goes for everyone in the daycare. It goes for management, it goes for the cleaning crew, it goes for everyone. So there's absolutely no place for drama in a daycare center, in my opinion. So you kind of discuss a little bit about what's going on. And if the behavior continues, then you call them back in the office and you give them a written warning. You write them up, you give them a written memo, whatever you want to call it. You need to have some kind of procedure where you actually have something in writing. So let's say they're not respecting their tasks as an educator. Let's say they are really, rude to the parents, or maybe they're showing up to work late every single week. You need to write it down. So you write it down and you sign a copy. If you have an assistant director, it's awesome because you could actually make them sign a copy as well, kind of like they're your witness, and then you discuss it with the employee and you make them sign it. In my policy, if you have 3 of these written memos, then I have the right to terminate your employment, and that's it. But I strongly suggest that you do this. You add it in your policies, and anyone that works for you knows exactly what's going on, and they know exactly what to expect if they don't respect one of the policies or rules or regulations you have set forth in your policy booklet. Now, if that takes care of the problem, let's say after the first warning you see the situation gets resolved, amazing, great. If it doesn't and it continues and you give them a second warning and a third warning, then you have the right to terminate their contract. And what I love about this is that you are protected as an employer. So let's say this employee decides to go to pursue you legally because they think you've let them go unfairly or whatever the case may be. You can actually show when you're in mediation, like, hey, look, this is what I did. This is the policy that she signed. This is what's been happening. We had a verbal, meeting that, we discussed what was going on, and then the behavior continued. And then after that, I gave them 1 warning, 2 warnings, 3 warnings. And according to my policy, I have the right to terminate their employment at my center. Bam, clear, there you go. I highly doubt that you're going to have anything else come out of that. Now, when I see difficult behavior, like let's say you're noticing stuff that's really serious, like violence, verbal abuse, really just stuff that has no business being in a daycare setting whatsoever, I don't give anyone 3 warnings. I actually have something in my educator's policy book that states that if I see certain behaviors, there is no flexibility in this. Like there's no leniency. I won't be kind when I see someone being abusive to a child. They will be let go of on the spot. But I really hope that doesn't happen in your center. But I also think that it's important to add in your booklet just so everyone can be on the same page. Hiring staff is a fun process, but it's also very stressful, especially if you've never done it before. And it takes some time. You get better as an employer, you get more comfortable in your position and in your vision of your business. So as the years go by, you can actually see who fits and who doesn't. So there you have it. That's how I deal with difficult staff. I hope this helped you in your daycare business owner journey. If you found value in this, please comment below. Let me know what you do when an employee is difficult, if you have special policies. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter at www.profitabledaycare.com, and of course subscribe to the channel. Bye guys.